When you're doing treasure groves in Fantasy Life I, you will occasionally come across Strangeling floors. These contain a chest which has a random souped up Strangeling, and these power up your Strangeling friends, increasing their stats and making them more useful. You can do this up to 5 times per Strangeling, and with 49 Strangelings in the game, you're gonna need a lot of these. And I found a method that makes farming these souped up Strangelings very efficient, netting you up to 4 souped up Strangelings every 15 minutes or so. And I'm going to explain how to do this method in this video. Before I get into it though, just a disclaimer, this method only works if you're playing online with others, so if you're a solo player, this method is not going to work for you. If you have online but you need other people to play with, feel free to join our community Discord server and find some people to play with, or you can use other social media websites like Reddit and find people pretty easily. You can do this with as little as one other player, but the more players you have, the more souped up Strangelings you'll get. The first thing you have to do is stock up on some Treasure Grove saplings. You can get these by killing mimics in Gynormosia. It doesn't matter what level they are, so feel free to set your towers to a lower level to make farming them easier. You can also do this online with friends, and everything is shared, so every time somebody defeats a mimic, everybody in the lobby gets a sapling, so getting a bunch of them will be pretty easy. Once you have a bunch of saplings, keep replanting treasure groves until you find one with a Strangeling floor as close to the top as possible. Make sure you're doing present day groves as well to make going through them faster. Ideally, you're going to want a Strangeling floor at the very top so you don't have to actually complete any other floors to get to it, but you gotta be really lucky to get that, so I say if you get one in the first 5 floors, that's probably a good one. Once you find the grove with the Strangeling floor in a good spot, invite your friends to your lobby and make sure you guys complete the entire grove. This is important because when you complete a grove, everybody who's not the host of the lobby gets the option to take a branch, which is basically a copy of that grove. Make sure that everybody says yes to taking a branch, but instead of keeping it for themselves, all 3 players should go back into the guild building and give the trove branch back to the host. This way the host now has 3 copies of that grove with the Strangeling. Now they can replant that grove, but this time when you guys get to the Strangeling, you can simply leave the grove and replant another one to repeat the process. This is why it's important to find a grove with a Strangeling close to the top, so you don't have to replay too much of the grove to get to these ones. Once you're down to the last branch, complete the grove again and get 3 more branches, and you can repeat this process as many times as you want to rack up souped up Strangelings quickly. If you move quick, you can clear a grove in about 15 minutes depending on how efficient your squad is. Make sure to divide and conquer tasks because these are low levels, so you don't need multiple people mining one rock or catching a single fish. The host can also use the hunting class because spin dodging is faster than running, so they can get to the exit quicker. The floors are also going to be the same each time that you do a grove, so you can also alter the route that you take to avoid the floors that require you to farm all the resources before moving on. With this method, I've been able to rack up souped up Strangelings really fast, which is helpful for me because my goal is to do literally everything the game has to offer. Leveling up everything to 100, getting all the Strangelings, the best gear, and in this case, souping up every one of my Strangelings to the max. The grind has been very fun. I'm just over 200 hours in and I have no signs of slowing down. So if you guys want to join me on that journey, I've been streaming this game pretty much every day. So feel free to come check out my channel, see if I'm live, and if I am, come on in and say hi. I stream on YouTube and Twitch, so pick whichever platform that you prefer. It has been an absolute blast playing this game on stream, answering questions, doing multiplayer together, and I'm really glad that you guys are liking the game as much as I am. But for now, for this video, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here so I can get back to playing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay epic, gamers.